Hey guys, it's TinkerTaylor here today, and I am bringing you another shell challenge! Kind of been recently obsessed with them. I think I've done maybe 2 or 3 recently. Like, I think I did them, if I did, I can't really think right now. I did 2, and I know I did them one after the other, and this was the second one I did, and if I did a third one, I did it pretty soon after. But this time, I don't think I broke the rules. Because every other time I have. And I love this one. I think it's fantastic. Oh, I have done 3. I did Selena's 500 shell challenge. I've done GB Sims's 6k stacked shell challenge. And now I'm doing... I'm really bad with names. I always have to like go back to the people and find them. Oh, here. Becky Baby Builds did this. This is their shell challenge. So yeah. I'm kinda really excited to have this one done because I don't know, I feel really happy with this one. I did get a little lost in a different one that I did, but yeah. I don't know, this one I felt really proud of, and it's something I don't really do this style much of. So, yeah. I had fun doing it. So, yeah, enjoy. Pretty much. I've been trying to do as many builds as I can recently, as anyone who's seen previous videos would know that I'm going away at some point and it's going to get very busy in the future. It's like busy now and I'm struggling to keep up with it now because I procrastinated a little bit too much initially. But yeah, I've got a few builds coming out that I'm pretty excited about. There's one that I've been pushing back for a bit because I keep wanting to put out these shell challenges instead. But that one should come out next video. But then, yeah, I've got photo inspiration and I talked to some of my roommates and were like, hey, if you could live anywhere in the world, like, what's your ideal home? And so I've got a build like that coming out, which I'm super excited about. And I've been learning how to use tool mod a bit better. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun learning how to use that a bit better because, well, then it won't be as bad. Like, I won't be as... I use it for some things and it's great, but then I don't use it for other things, and I really should because it would make it so much better. So, yeah. I'm learning how to use that. I watched, I can't remember. I watched some tutorials on it and it was good. It was really good to sit there and figure it all out and write it all down. I've got a piece of paper here somewhere with like all the instructions on what each thing is for the tool mod. So yeah, I'm definitely getting slowly but surely better. Yeah, I think... I don't know what I think. You guys know me. I don't think. I have 0.1 of a brain cell sometimes. Yeah, I did this build ages ago as well. I did this... ages ago. It was like 2 weeks ago. But to me, that's ages ago. So for me, it's kind of like, oh, I kind of forgot I did this. Like, I forgot how I did it. It was kind of fun to watch and mess around with. And I was definitely a little bit inspired by Selena, as I always am. Because Selena does pretty much every style she tries just beautifully and fantastically. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try and give it a little go. Like, I'm gonna... I don't know, I didn't know what I was gonna do with this build when I started, but then as soon as I put in the fence above the doorway for that little Juliet balcony, I instantly knew, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going with this sort of style. And from all the videos I've watched of Selena, this is definitely the style that I'm aiming for. I feel like I've done pretty well. I think the only thing that could have improved the build was if the roof was darker instead of being the color it is now. I don't know, I just feel like the interior roof, not the exterior roof, the ceiling, sorry. I feel like if we were able to change the ceiling, things would be so much better. Like if we could just put even just the flooring tiles on the roof, on the ceiling, that would make so many builds so much prettier. I've seen people using tool mod to put just a whole bunch of random things up there and it looks stunning, like amazing. I don't know how you could get all of that. Like I would give up. I would be like, this is too much effort and give up and walk away because it's so much effort, but it's beautiful in the end. Yeah, I think it would be fantastic if we could do that. I really hope they do that in Sims 5 because I'm tired of white roofs or white ceilings. Even if they just let us use the wallpaper, like I don't understand why that's not a thing. I'm also not a game developer or game designer or anything like that, so it's probably a lot harder than it seems. But yeah, I think it would be fantastic if we could change the color of the ceiling easily. I don't know how you would like look at it and be able to do it, but yeah, I think that's the one thing I really, really, really would love is if they could let us have that. But anyway, instead of using tool mod for this build, I put in all the roof pieces, like all the these fencing pieces across the roof manually. And I feel like it could have been done so much quicker and so much better if I had done it using tool mod, but this is not the video where I started using tool mod a lot better. You're gonna have to wait a couple of videos, more than a couple of videos. But I am definitely using it now a lot better. I've learned how to use the gravity pull, which has been a lifesaver in the most recent build that I'm doing. I haven't finished it yet, but because of that, it's going to take so long. I understand why some people use, sort of speed builds. They'd use the I can't even think of it anymore. What's the thing where you make the video? Oh, I'm probably not making any sense to anyone. Where is it? I know Selena's done some. The builds where it's just like the photos, where you take photos and then you line them up, and it's not a speed build, but it's a stop motion. A stop motion. Yeah, it's a stop motion video that yeah, like I get why people do stop motion videos because there's just so much content, so much of a build, and the stop motion makes the video quicker and you don't have to like cut it up into parts. Whereas speed builds, if they take too long, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit there for more than half an hour. Unless you're a really good builder, and I don't fit that category just quite yet, so completely understandable why people don't want to watch long speed builds. I mean, it probably also doesn't help that I ramble about absolute nonsense, but I like doing it, so oh well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this build has been amazing. It's been yeah, I don't know, it just feels like I'm really starting to understand how building works. There are some builds that I've done where I'm like, ew, what the hell? And I'm not proud of, like the last video I did, I just got so lost in it. But I think because I'm coming from a different perspective now, rather than being like, okay, I know this works, let's do this. I'm trying to come in from, okay, I've seen other people do this. How do I incorporate that into my builds? I never used to use trim, like like trim for the different floors, but now I'm starting to use it and it looks beautiful. It lifts up that, it gives it a bit more depth and a bit more movement, and adding just some plants around, like it really, again, builds on a blank surface and kind of gives it a bit more depth. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, I could be completely wrong and everyone is thinking, oh, well, look, you're okay, but you're not getting better, you're just maintaining. That's what you think, absolutely please tell me, and I will take any feedback you have on how to make this better, because I don't know, I feel like if someone else were to do the builds that I was doing, I would be a lot nicer. A lot of people are harsh critics on themselves, and I am no different. So, I don't know, I feel like having that knowledge about how to fix it, I guess, like how to improve on my skills. Like, I'm here for it. Like, I want to be told that, hey, this part sucks and you should do this instead. But I also want honest opinions. So, like, I have a lot of my roommates look at these things, and some of them are, I wouldn't say harsh, but some of them are very honest, and that's what I like. So sometimes I'm like, I don't want honesty right now, so I don't ask them. But most of the time, if I show them a build, like, I want them to be as honest as they can be. I have one particular roommate who I'm like, you know what, you could tell me that I'm going to fail and never succeed at sharing these builds and everyone's going to hate them, blah, blah, blah. And I'll take you seriously because I know that you would only say that if it was the truth. And I can handle that from you, but from other people, I don't think I could handle that. So the other roommates are a lot nicer in the way they approach it. So I've done a build for some of these roommates, and I showed them progress in it and what they did and didn't like, and they were like, because they're not Sims players, they don't play this game, they were like, oh, well, I kind of thought it was just going to be like, oh yeah, silly little Sims build, but like, this is, yeah, like, I like it. So I'm feeling much more confident in myself. I'm feeling better, and I feel like time has definitely helped. So, I don't know, I feel like if you have any tips or hints on how to improve, I'm gladly going to sit here and listen. But I might come out with a couple of videos of like how I improved, how to improve your builds, and what I've done and what I've learned and what I'm still learning. If anyone's interested in that, definitely let me know down below, because yeah, I think that'd be fun to share with you guys, and it means you guys could come and like go to these videos and be like, hey, you did good in this area. Like, I think you do fantastic at, I don't know, like, maybe I'm like really good at bathrooms, but I'm not good at kitchens. This kitchen is weird, I'll admit, the one I'm doing, and I wasn't sure of how I felt about green, and I was going to change it back. But then I thought, no, we're going outside comfort zones, going to pick something different, and that's how you're going to learn what actually fits together and what doesn't. So if you don't like it, that's why I've done it. You do like it, that's why I've done it. No, but I think the biggest thing about learning how to be a better builder is just get outside your own comfort zones. And it's super uncomfortable to do that, but it's so good to do that. I think this build wouldn't have been even this style if I hadn't just gone, you know what? Let's do something weird and random. Like, not weird and random, but like, let's take this one item and build a whole vibe off of that. And that's something I've really enjoyed doing recently. I actually have opened the different packs on the internet, like just on a browser, and I've just been looking at the different items that come within each pack, and I've kept them open so that I can be like, okay, today I'm feeling this sort of vibe. So I think at the moment I have, like, this random one here. Okay, so this one's Get Famous that I have open, and looking at the Get Famous, I think it's, there's like a, oh yeah, there's a I don't even know what it is. It's like a fire light thing. I don't know. It's, if you do go on to EA and look at the Get Famous pack and what comes with it, it's the second last item. It's like a I can't think of the word, but basically it does stand with a fire pit on top, but it's supposed to be like a light fire. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I have a whole idea based off of that, and I know just by looking at that, it brings back, okay, I want to do that with this build. But then I have, what's this one? Island Living. I cannot. Some of them I can't remember, and I'm really annoyed that I can't remember what I wanted to do with. But I keep them open just in case that inspiration comes back. I think with this one, I just wanted to try and, I'm like looking at all the items, trying to figure out which one was the one that was calling to me, but I can't figure it out. I think I wanted to just do an island living type build that is extremely outside my comfort zone. That's not my style. I know. Oh, the jungle adventure one I have open as well, because I want to do, if you guys have seen James Turner's jungle home, I can't remember what it's called, but it's one where he has part of the floor, downstairs floor, open to the outside, and he was like pretending that these were big sliding doors you had. That was sort of like, okay, I want to kind of be inspired by that, but take it a little differently. Like, his was a bit more of a modern house in the jungle, but I want to do much more of a jungle house in the jungle, but still have modern touches to it. Yeah. I don't know if anyone was interested in that little ramble, but basically, if you need inspiration, there's some of the ways that I get my inspiration. Pretty much watching Selena. Looking at Juby Sims is another person who I'm currently falling in love with. There's a few other people, but I'm really bad with names, as shown before when I couldn't remember whose build this was, whose shell challenge this was. But yeah, I get inspiration from these people. I don't copy them because I've seen a lot of people being upset recently. There's someone out there who's completely copying other people's builds, like exactly the same, exact same items everywhere, like duplicating it. And that's not what I want to do. So I really want to take inspiration. Like, this build, these curtains are inspired by one of the castle builds that Selena's done, but this isn't a castle, this is like a vampire build, so it's completely different. It's also sort of inspired by the vampire build that Selena did for my shell challenge. I think it was my first shell challenge. I don't know how many I've done, but it was definitely my first one. But again, like, very drastically different builds. Like, I didn't copy anything, I just took inspiration from the curtains. You know, we might have the same wallpaper, I have no idea. I might have the same flooring, I have no idea. But I just went, okay, I really want to use the curtains. I really wanted to double layer them, but I couldn't figure out how to do it in a nice way. Same way that Selena has done before many times. So I just didn't, because I didn't want to copy. I just wanted to be inspired by. So yeah, I definitely was inspired by Selena in this particular build. But I'm starting to really be comfortable in my abilities and not having to rely so heavily on other people, or I don't want to say relying heavily on other people, but like I used to be so shy about it and I'd use so many inspiration photos and I just get so lost in it because I didn't know what I was doing. But now I've started to figure out, okay, here's what works, here's what doesn't, and I feel so much better in my abilities. Like I still don't feel like I'm great, but I'm getting confident in what I can do, and I'm really here for it. So if any of you are out there wanting to do this sort of stuff and wanting to share your builds, but you're just not feeling sure about it, just get started, because wherever you are now, you can only really go up from here. Look at other builders, see what they do, see what you like about what they do, see what you don't like about what they do. There are some builders out there who everyone absolutely loves this one particular build it as, and I don't like it because it's not my style. But now I know how to do that style. Like, I'm not a huge fan of, like, all of the houses that come in island living, that's not my style. I don't like the look of them, personally. But I now know how to do builds like that. And I'm not a huge fan of, like, Spanish style homes either. I don't know, it just doesn't, I wouldn't mind visiting one, like, as a holiday house, but to live there as one, I don't think I could. So, yeah, just take, like, a lot of inspiration from what a lot of other people say that works. So if you see, like, Selena and Juby they both can kill at doing a castle, like, they nail it. I've never even tried because I'm terrified and it's such a big undertaking, but they hit it spot on. So if I did ever want to take it on, I would go and visit their Instagram pages or their YouTube pages or whatever and see what they did and what they didn't do, and probably even just message them and be like, hey, how did you do this thing? So yeah, thought I'd have a mini rant about that because some people are getting upset over other people copying people. I don't want to say word for word, but it's basically word for word. Imagine if someone took a book and just removed the title, like the author's name, and put their name as the author and just changed the shades of the colors on the book cover and released it. That's pretty much what's happening here. So if you're doing that, please don't. I've not had someone do that to me, but I know other people who've had that, like, know of people who've had it done to them, and I'd be so annoyed if I was them. So yeah, if you're doing that, don't, but definitely take inspiration and credit your inspiration. So yeah, but besides that, I think that's all I really have to say. I can't really think much else. If you've enjoyed the build, please let me know down below if you want to see more stuff like this. I come out with videos twice a week. Currently trying to record 4 videos a week, so please, yeah, don't, that's on me. I need to keep on top of it. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.